Welcome. Now you've learned the basics of what powerful, purposeful DevOps practices can do for your team and their releases. But here's the reality. None of that matters if your release introduces a security breach. This session is all about building security into the process from day one, making it part of the culture, not an afterthought. This is the essence of DevSecOps. Let's see why security matters in DevOps. Let's start with the big picture. In traditional software delivery, security checks happen at the end, a big review right before go live. But in reality, that's too late. Imagine working on a house for months, and only during the final inspection does someone tell you the foundation is cracked. Fixing it now is expensive and slow, sometimes impossible. DevSecOps changes this model entirely. Instead of security as a final gate, we integrate it into every stage of the pipeline. With this in practice, security becomes a shared responsibility. Developers, admins, operations, and security teams working together from day one. We shift security left, meaning we build security checks into development, not after. This reduces cost, speeds up delivery, and protects the business. For Salesforce teams, this means flagging things like so-cool injection risks in Apex or spotting CRUD FLS gaps where users might gain access they shouldn't while developers are still writing code. Automated scans help surface those issues before they slip through. The real shift in DevSecOps is mindset. Security isn't a blocker, it's a partner in fast delivery. With this in mind, let's get into CodeScan basics. Security can't depend on memory or manual reviews. That's where CodeScan comes in. Think of CodeScan as an automatic spell checker for your code. Every time a developer commits code, CodeScan scans it for vulnerabilities, poor coding practices, rule violations. Developers get feedback while they work, not 2 weeks later in a security review. You can even create custom rules for your organization's standards, turning tribal knowledge into enforceable best practices. This is DevSecOps in action, automation catching issues early, when they're small and cheap to fix. But scanning alone isn't enough. We also need to watch what's happening in real time. That's where Guard steps in. Now, let's see the Guard overview. CodeScan helps prevent issues from getting into production. But what about the things we can't predict? That's where Guard comes in, your live monitoring and incident response system for Salesforce. Guard acts like a 24/7 security camera. It watches for suspicious activity. It flags unexpected configuration changes. It alerts the right people when something seems off. In DevSecOps, monitoring doesn't stop at deployment. You're protecting your live environment continuously, catching threats in real time rather than finding them later. Even with scanning and monitoring in place, we need a system to ensure every change follows the right path. This is where governance automation makes all the difference. So, let's talk about governance automation. Governance automation might sound formal, but it's really about creating smart guardrails that enforce security without slowing down delivery. Picture a highway. Guardrails don't slow you down, they keep you safe while moving fast. In DevOps, governance automation does the same. It automatically enforces approval workflows. It checks that tests and scans pass before a deployment, and it logs who approved what, making compliance reporting painless. When governance is automated, security doesn't feel like a blocker. It becomes part of the normal flow of work. This is the DevSecOps advantage. You don't have to choose between speed and safety. You get both. And speaking of compliance, let's look at why it's more than just paperwork. So what is compliance considerations? Regulatory frameworks like OX, GDPR, or HIPAA might feel intimidating, but they exist to protect users, customers, and the business. Many teams make the mistake of waiting until the very end to prove compliance. But with DevSecOps, compliance is built into the pipeline. Every deployment automatically creates an audit trail. Every approval is logged. Every scan result is stored for evidence. So when an auditor comes knocking, you already have everything you need, and you can keep delivering without pause. Your compliance posture is constantly proven, not frantically assembled at review time. So now, what is the final piece of the puzzle? Treating security like code itself. When your team grows, manual processes don't scale. That's why we embrace security as code, a core principle of DevSecOps. This means your security rules, configurations, and policies are stored in version control, reviewed like code, tested in pipelines, and automatically deployed. This makes your security posture consistent and repeatable across every environment. No more wondering if the test sandbox has different settings than production. Everything is in sync. Security as code also means your team's collective security knowledge isn't locked in someone's head. It's documented, reviewed, and continuously improved, just like your code base. So, to recap, DevSecOps means integrating security into every stage of your pipeline, not treating it as a final checkpoint. CodeScan helps prevent problems by scanning code early while developers are still working. Guard helps detect and respond quickly when issues occur in your live environment. Governance automation ensures security and compliance without slowing down delivery. Security as code makes your posture consistent, repeatable, and scalable. In Salesforce DevOps, you're protecting against both general coding flaws and Salesforce-specific issues, like Apex injection or permission misconfigurations. By baking security checks into your pipeline and making it everyone's responsibility. In the next session, we'll explore troubleshooting basics, how to approach problems with a structured mindset when things don't go as planned. See you there!